What's up guys, Lifting here. So for science I went ahead and bought the expensive 70 KS or Aberrath's Hooves boots yesterday. I wanted to figure out how these were working. These are a new pair of uniques that were introduced to the game. And the way it works is that besides the regular stats you can see, what it does is that it adds Aberrath's Fury. And this basically makes your footsteps become small living bombs. And you can see what the damage is here. So when you run around, you can see it pulses off your character's feet. And it deals 85 damage per use or per step. So the interesting thing when you do this is if you use a Quicksilver Flask, you will get more steps per second. And that will increase your damage. A way you can increase the damage of this is that since this is an implicit skill, what you can do is simply to add support gems. And you can see the damage increases when I do this. Controlled destruction. And by that, when adding in a controlled destruction, you obviously already know that it is a cast, it is a spell. It's not an attack because it is influenced. However, something like faster casting doesn't really do anything. It increases the cast rate of it, but since you are limited to the steps, then it doesn't make that much of or it doesn't make any difference. I also found that if you add something like the Axiom Perpetuum Scepters, they greatly increase the damage too. And I also used Herald of Ice and Herald of Thunder. That said, it is an elemental spell. And I'm playing as a duelist, so I don't really have anything that scales the damage of the spell by itself. So if you were to play as a Witch or Templar or something like that, it would probably work a lot better. But as you can see, when I just run around like this, for every step I take, every move I make, we will deal damage. And it does a decent job of that. I'm not super impressed, but I think I would be very impressed if I were playing as a Templar with or whatever caster that was scaling increased area of effect, some spell damage and elemental damage. Then I actually think it could be pretty good, and I think it could even, you could probably even use this into Merciless if you just had the right character setup for it. But as a duelist, or as any attack-based, non-elemental area of effect scaling type of character, then they start to slow down here in Act 3. Pretty easy to just run through Act 1 and Act 2 and then here to Act 3. And you can still do it, but it does slow down a bit. But I don't think I would have paid 70 Chaos Orbs for them. But I will save them for when I'm gonna try and level another character that makes good use of the area of effects and elemental nodes. Obviously you can also add increased area of effect as a support gem to the boots. The thing is, it is a spell, it benefits from a lot of the blue support gems, but it is also an evasion base, so rolling 4 blues on this is possible because it doesn't have the highest attribute requirements. I think it's 20 something, 26. But it's still some chromes you'll have to spend on this. And it can crit. What's the base crit? It is... Okay, we have to take these off, obviously. It is 5% crit chance. Base. Well, that's it guys. I just wanted to show you how the boots worked in case you were curious, and maybe you'll want to try them out for yourself. But again, they're pretty expensive right now. You should probably wait until they drop a bit in price. Thank you for watching, and bros, do you even nerd?